If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC24, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC24 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. These are Defender reviews, so we'll see if they grow over time, especially since we're like 2 weeks late on them, but we just leave them on the channel, and if they grow, cool. If they don't, no big deal, right? Okay, so with Laurent Blanc, guys, we're taking a look at someone who is, I mean, you can kind of go in either direction when it comes to this card. Here's the thing, right? So it's whether or not you just get the skill moves or the weak foot, right? The difference between the two is gonna be in pretty big stuff, actually, because they actually mess with things. Oh no, they don't. That was just me doing it the chemistry style. I was about to say, I was a little bit confused for a second. I'm like, because that they haven't done that yet and they do it now. But yeah, with Laurent Blanc, we are going to be trying him out, obviously, in the center back position. We need to test out his defensive capabilities for the most part, right? So this card will obviously be on a shadow chemistry style, boosting his acceleration and sprint speed to be as high as possible, as well as his defensive capabilities. This card is going to be working with a lower jumping on the card, right? He has aerial plus to work with, which can be a very helpful situation considering the fact that his jumping is at an 80. Now, I will say aerial plus, definitely very helpful to have, but it is helpful to have even more if you have the actual jumping stats, right? So it kind of makes you want to give him a lengthy in a way, right? But obviously that pace is not going to be something you're going to want to work with in that center back position, in my opinion, at this point in the game, right? I think you want that to be a little bit higher, in my opinion, right? A little bit higher. But with Laurent Blanc, guys, on the shadow chemistry style, you know, increased pace, increased defense is definitely going to be really nice. I think meta-wise, the 5-star weak foot would probably make more sense. I think weak foot is definitely way more relevant to work with than the skill moves, but regardless, we're going to be testing out some of his defensive animations to see what the card is actually like in game, right? Shooting, don't really care too much about the shooting. It's not really like a thing that I want out of the card unless he had heading capabilities, right? Which he probably could, right? He does have aerial plus, but no power header, right? So aerial plus itself could get you into scenarios where you can score those headers, but obviously if you have certain center backs, you could probably score with them a little bit more because they actually have like the base capabilities, right? But this Laurent Blanc card on the shadow chemistry style, boosting the pace, boosting the defense is definitely really nice. Physical capabilities in the card is in a good area except for the jumping, but he does have the aerial, so we'll be able to test that out as well. So yeah, we played a lot of games with Laurent Blanc, a lot. The footage is just based off of kind of like me trying out attackers and stuff, and him just sort of being in the team and you know, us going from there, right? But yeah, he definitely looks like an interesting card. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was this year where this card was an SBC, and it was like an SBC that was really nice to get in the beginning of the year. I forget because it's been such a long time and, you know, do too many videos sometimes, but yeah, now that we have the new version that either gives you the 5-star skills or the 5-star weak foot, you have some options to work with. As I mentioned, I think if you're looking for more defensive capabilities out of the card, I think the 5-star weak foot is going to be the one you probably want the most. But regardless, we are going to be trying him out in the center back position. We will see what his defensive capabilities are like, and we'll go from there. See what he's like, man. Hopefully he's a beast. Good lob pass. It's a good body to body there. Couldn't no-muscle him there. Blanc. Yeah, I try to like, I know that they always want to do that exact same attacking play, so that's why I try to like just move them into that area. There we go. Oh, made it work. Couldn't exactly get the body to body. Oh, that's nice. Let's say couldn't get the body to body off, and I'm trying to do a driven pass, and my goalkeeper lets it go through his legs. So never doing a driven passing out with the goalkeeper. Nice, first to it. Oh, unlucky there. Did not get the ball. Ah, it's a foul? Oh, still don't get it. A BLANC. Nice. Beauty of a slide challenge. Oi. Oh, and it's a penalty for me passing the ball. I didn't tackle him. I was pressing the pass button. We will guess the middle. That is my guess. It'd be like that. Got to it first time. Nice, well positioned. Oi! Now we're good. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the Laurent Blanc card. So I think this one will be more of a controversial opinion. We did play a lot of games with him, okay? So just be very mindful of that. We played a lot of games with him. I played him next to other center backs to kind of see like what I'm feeling with the card as much as possible. So with Laurent Blanc, I think he's still a good center back to get. Obviously, if you get him in a player pick because they release some sort of like ultimate birthday player pick in the future and you end up packing him, he's still going to be a very solid center back. But you guys know how I am individually when it comes to center backs, that I try to go for absolute top tier meta as much as possible, right? Okay, so a couple things to mention with this card, right? The aerial plus actually forces certain animations out of the card when it comes to jumping, which is very helpful. However, as I mentioned earlier, it would have been significantly better if they gave him jumping stats to work with the aerial plus, right? Because it's kind of like, you know, when they gave some of those like agile attackers, I think from Future Stars, they gave them like power header and acrobatic, but if they don't have like volleys or they don't have like the shooting stats, like they won't really perform those playstyles that well. Those two things, they go hand in hand, right? So the comparison that people always make is obviously to this guy right here because he's an absolute monster for obvious reasons, right? But let's say 90 rated in form Van Dijk, right? Aerial plus, but aerial plus with 90 jumping, okay? And that, in my opinion, is a really, really huge variable to work with, right? So with that definitely felt low in certain situations with Laurent Blanc, but again, the aerial plus, it kind of like helps boost it up a little bit more, right? Defensive animations wise, I thought he was pretty decent, right? Obviously doing the manual challenges with him for the most part, because you guys know how this game is. The Anticipate Plus is a very helpful playstyle to have, right? Working with Block was noticeable. Working with Jockey was noticeable as well. Bruiser to kind of out-muscle people was really nice as well too. But for me personally, right, if we're going to be doing comparison, because like, again, I compare one center back to another. If I was going to compare this card to, in my opinion, just the informed version of Van Dijk, I would rather use the informed version of Van Dijk, right? I think that Van Dijk, generally speaking, is one of the best center backs in the game. Even his older cards, his rare gold is actually better than some of the new promo cards as well. It's that crazy. This card, I just prefer more, even with his pace set up the way that it is, because his defensive animations and the way that they set up this card, base card stats wise in key areas, is just incredibly noticeable in game, right? And the play styles that he's also working with in game just makes him a defensive monster. BLANC does not touch this card either. If we're going to be doing comparison from one card to another, this Showdown Evo boost Akanji, I told you guys in the tier list video that this card is such an easy S tier, it's almost disgusting. But this card, like, he just has everything, right? He has all the right playstyle pluses. He has the passing capabilities. He has everything that you need from a center back to avoid what the current meta is with the park the bus, counterattacking, pace, abusing, and all that kind of stuff, right? So for me, I think Laurent Blanc is still going to be a really cool player to pack from a player pick, from a pack. I just don't think he's like the absolute like top tiers, right, of the center backs at this point in the game, right? I think there's going to be a few options that are going to be better to work with, in my opinion. But hey, man, if I packed him on my accounts, you guys know me, bro. I would have 8 different accounts. I'm not like people just using one single team all the time. But I think with defenders, I would be a little bit different with. I would go for the absolutes as much as possible, because in this game, you kind of have to, right? So, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I will catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.